So welcome back everyone, Mike here. We are back in Pennsylvania and it feels great to be home. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Melissa and I, we took a little vacation. We went out to Colorado and Utah for about 10 days and it was just wonderful. We had a great time. See, we landed in Denver and then we headed west on 70, went to Mount Evans the first day, and then we stayed in Glenwood Springs. After Glenwood Springs, we made our way down to Moab, Utah, stayed there for about 3 days, went to Canyonlands, Dead Horse State Park, and Arches National Park. Arches is just beautiful. It's hard to explain if you've never been there. If you look at some pictures, it just doesn't do it justice, but it's a really, really neat place. I was there one other time 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. And I was there by myself, and kind of a neat story. The Delicate Arch, it's called, and that's Utah's state symbol. It's about a 1.5 mile hike from the parking area to the arch. And I didn't get there till late in the day, so I figured I wanted to go check this thing out, you know. So I hiked back there, and the sun's going down. It's just beautiful, right? And kind of getting ready to leave, and there's an older gentleman there, and he dropped something. I picked it up for him, and we kind of got to talking, you know, the small talk and everything. Where are you from? All that. And I told him about, you know, about what I do, and I said, you know, what about you? You retired, or, you know, what's your story? And he says, you ever see Bigfoot? I'm like, oh boy, here we go. You know what I mean? One of these guys. And I said, the animal or the monster truck? And he's like, the monster truck. I'm like, oh yeah, definitely seen Bigfoot. And he says, well, I'm Bob Chandler. And here he's the one that built the first Bigfoot truck, and the other, I don't know, 23 or 24 of them over the years. And he was just a fascinating guy. So we shared stories, you know, walked back to the parking lot together and talked some more. And actually we kind of exchange emails every once in a while. I haven't heard from him in a while. But just a fascinating guy to talk to. Really, really interesting hearing the whole story about when he built the first Bigfoot truck and, you know, took it to the first, I think it was like a truck pool, and he was sort of the, you know, entertainment in the intermission period or something like that. He said the first time he drove up on a car in that truck, the place just went crazy, and he knew at that time he was definitely onto something. And so he built that first monster truck and turned it into quite a huge business over the years, and they've been all over the world. And but really a neat guy. But he told me, you know, all those years of traveling, doing the shows and things like that with the monster trucks, he never really got to see anything because he was always so busy. So nowadays him and his wife just kind of travel around the country. He's kind of into photography, and they get to see a lot of things that they missed all those years. And I think his daughter, I believe, still runs the company. But anyway, that's my little story about Arches National Park and meeting Bob Chandler, the creator of Bigfoot. It's pretty cool. So after Arches, we went down to like Monument Valley, then let's see, back over into Colorado to Cortez, Durango, and then up to Silverton and Ouray. Two of the coolest towns that I ever saw in my life. Really, really neat. After those, we went back north, got on the other side of 70, Rocky Mountain National Park, and Estes Park. Then back down to Idaho Springs, and we flew home yesterday. So that's the story on that. But anyway, this evening, it's going to get dark here. I have to go look at that food plot. I seeded a food plot the day before we left, so that would have been September 1st, and we've had a ton of rain this past weekend, and I know it's growing a little bit. My kid sent me a picture the other day. It's starting to look green. I'm just curious, so I'm going to hop in the Ranger and run down there and check that out after I blow some debris off the ground here. Like I said, we had 7-8 inches of rain last weekend. There's sticks and twigs and leaves and stuff all over the place, so I'm going to clean that up real quick, and we'll go take a look at that food plot, and then I'm going to tell you about Woodstack 2018. I love having trees around the house, but boy, they make a mess. It's not even fall yet, really. If you have small children or small pets, I'd be careful with one of these things. Man, does this thing move the air. So the little fall food plot is just coming in fantastic. I guess that's what you get when you get, 7 or 8 inches of rain. That's just ryegrass and turnips. So the ryegrass will stay green very long, into late fall, early winter. And then the turnips they can eat all winter long. Should be a pretty nice little spot. Help the deer out. Should be good. Okay, Woodstack 2018. That is a firewood stacking competition, not a speed stacking. We're looking for quality stacks of firewood. All the details for the competition are in this video right here. You may want to check that out and share it with any of your firewood cutting buddies. But there'll be 3 categories. First one is for the perfect stack of firewood, and it has to be at least 1 full cord of wood. And the winner of that category will receive a new Stihl Pro Series chainsaw that I will contribute. I will buy it, either ship it to you, get you a voucher, we'll work that out. Second category is for the most creative stack of firewood. If you want to get all artistic and have a really neat looking stack of firewood, that's the second category. Third category is for, we call it the get her done group. That would be whoever just has the most firewood has to be stacked, not just thrown in a big pile, but that's the third category. And a few companies, Logox, Mingo Marker, AccuMark have already donated some stuff. There'll be some prizes too, but it's kind of turning into something pretty cool. And what we'll do on October 6th, there's the Paul Bunyan Show in Cambridge, Ohio, and Melissa and I will be there. If anybody wants to attend and have a meetup or something, we'll be there. I've never been there before, but they say it's a pretty cool show. Anything from log splitters, chainsaws, sawmills, stump grinders, anything wood product related, big forestry equipment. It sounds like a pretty good show with demonstrations going on all weekend long. But on that day, October 6th, what we'll do, we will post 3 separate posts on our Facebook page, 1 for each category. And you can start submitting your pictures on those posts on our Facebook page, Outdoors with the Morgans. And I know there's some guys, I don't do Facebook, and that's fine. You don't have to. I mean, it could be your wife, your husband, whoever has a Facebook page, just as long as your picture gets submitted there. And you'll have to have 2 pictures. The first one will be of your stack. The second one will be kind of like a selfie or something of you in front of that pile of firewood. So I know you're not stealing pictures off the internet, because if you're looking for a good stack of firewood on the internet, you may try to submit one of my own. So I'm not going to allow that. But anyway, that's what we'll do. October 6th is when you can start submitting your pictures, and what we'll do, we'll kind of narrow the field down by how many likes each picture gets on the Facebook page. And then we'll probably take the top 5 in each category, whoever gets the most likes, and then I'll do just 1 video showing all 5 entries for each category. I'll do a video on that, and we'll be able to vote in the comments, something like that, and that should work out pretty well. And so the people that watch this channel will be the ones voting for that perfect stack of firewood. So anyway, you got a little less than a month now to get your firewood stacks all in order to submit your entries to Woodstack 2018. And I'll have a couple more videos between now and then with some more details, but I think you get the basic idea right now. What's important right now is you just start stacking that perfect stack of firewood, or the most creative stack, or just the biggest stack you can get. Any one of those 3 may win you something if you're good enough. But I think that's it for now. I'm glad we're home. I like for it to dry up a little bit, but I got a lot of stuff to do, and looking forward to this fall. But anyway, like I always say, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like button. That matters. Click subscribe, and when you do, hit that little bell icon beside it so you get notifications, and share them with your friends. I don't know if you can hear, there's a deer snorting at me over there. Hear it? wanting to come eat.